Hello again, everybody. I'm at Weymouth Furnace. I'm gonna record and tell you a story I want to share. I have shared it with other people around, and I'm pretty sure it works. It's something that everybody should listen. So let's start. Okay, this is the Weymouth Furnace, and as I show you around, I'll tell you my story. I was a U.S. Army military member. This is the year 1980. Let's see, 1988. I'm stationed in Berlin, Germany, when Berlin then was communist. The city is controlled by occupational forces, which is U.S., France, and England. Those are the ones that they have control of the city itself. Then now it's changed, so it's all different now. My wife then, we wanted to go to, I think it was France that we went, but we had to take a train. The only way out, since I was a military member, I had to take a train, one of the occupational services military trains out of the city to Germany, to the other side of Germany, and then from there you can take any other public transportation. So the idea was that I took so I had a reservation with the U.S. Army train to take me out. You have to come back in those trains also. You have to make a reservation back. They leave and they come back by time. It's all by schedule. So I have to be sure I'm in the train in and out back on time. If I'm not back on time and I don't get back before midnight of that same day that I had scheduled to come back, I am considered AWOL. And we ex-military know what AWOL means. You're in trouble. You get punished. You can go to jail for being AWOL. Even if it's a mistake for a few minutes, you can go to jail. You lose money. They garnish some of your paycheck. Promotions. Oh, God. There's a few things that come with it. It's some serious business. So I took the train. We made the reservation. We left the train. We left Berlin, and we took the train. Then we went to, then from the other side we picked another train. We went, I believe it was France, somewhere the outskirts of France. It wasn't Paris. We didn't go to Paris. I did go to Paris, but not with her. I went to Paris. I went to just barely by the other side, barely into the border. We went to this town, France, and we stayed there in a hotel. It was nice. On the way back, by minutes, I missed the freaking train. I missed the U.S. train. There was no way to get back. A little bit of a boy. Look at that. I missed the train going back. I was in trouble. So what options did I have? Didn't have many options. I could use the other two trains, but everything is by reservations. So I went over and I spoke with the reservations for British, and they told me we have nothing available at all. We are overbooked. We can't take anybody else until tomorrow. And I'm like, oh God, I'm in trouble. The last one I have left, the last option, is the French one. Meanwhile, I'm thinking to myself, Lord, please find a way to get me out of here. And if you need me to help somebody or something else, I'm game. Please help me out. And send somebody my way that needs help that I can help him, please. I need to get to the other side. I went to the French reservation guy, sergeant, and he said he has nothing available. It's all booked also. And I said, that's it. I hit the bottom. As I was walking past him, the French conductor passes by and says, you look like you have a problem or something. Is everything okay? American? GI American? I forgot he said GI or something like that. And I said, yeah, I got this problem. And I told him. And he said he got no space. He said, let me talk to him. Let's see if he has some space. He went to the conductor with me. He said, can you fit him in? Because he really needs to get over there. It's very important. And he said, nah, I don't have any space at all. Then the conductor says, you know what? I'm driving the train. I have a good spot, a good cabin. He told the guy, book him in, give him the cabin, give him his cabin to me. I'm not gonna give it to him and his wife. I'm not gonna need it because I'm gonna be driving the train. I said, are you serious? He said, yes. Whatever to help you guys out. I said, oh God. He said, but we don't leave for the next 2 hours. And I said, oh great. He said, go around, eat something, and for the next 2 hours, and don't be late. I said, oh, I was happy. And as I'm walking in the station, we go past by the station downstairs. They have those maps, city maps, on the wall. It's like a ceramic city map, a permanent map on the wall, so everybody can know where they're going with, this is, you're here, this is that, everything. And this is older lady there. She looked like she was in her 50s, not 50s or 60s, 60 something. Then, of course, I was like 20s then. And she looked lost. She was dressed in like a country type of dress. Older ladies, German ladies. When they're older, they're very. It's a very farm kind of establishment, kind of a setting. So they tend to be big with a dress, and it looked like she just came out of a farm, but very nice, very humble. So my wife says, can you help her, Ray? And I said, sure, try. And I go to her, my little German, and excuse me, please, can I help you? And she says, she doesn't speak to me. She looks at me with sad, crying eyes and says, no, with a face, with a head, because she doesn't say anything. I said, Entschuldigung? I said, excuse me again? She said, no. And then she made the signals. Like, I can't speak and I'm deaf. And I said, oh God, how can I help her if she can't speak, she's deaf, and what I do understand is English. So it's even a different language. So I try to communicate with her, pointing at the map, and she's saying no, and I point over here, no, and she's looking to the side, looking worried, looking really sad. I said, oh God, what can we do here? God, help me out. And then I see she has in a type of the dress has like a pocket, some pockets, and I see there's like a pamphlet that looks like a schedule or something, itinerary, also in papers in German. And I noticed it, and I said, can I see this? She said, yeah. And I grab it and I start looking for the town. It was a pamphlet of religious events that were happening, like a Catholic Church calendar. And it's like a Catholic Church calendar. This is Weymouth Furnace, and this is Egg Harbor Township, I believe it is. This is beautiful. We've been here before. There's another story here. We came here with a family, and I almost drowned my grandson. That's another story for you guys, but not today. So then there, I start looking for the city, and I find that city, and I see there's a few events, and I ask her, is it this one? She said no. Is it this one? No. All of them. I went through all of them more than one, just in case she wouldn't understand. She said no. I said, how am I going to help her? And then I said, what are we going to do? I tell my wife. She said, I don't know. We were worried for her. And people would pass by like she didn't exist. Because everybody looked like they were commuting, well-dressed, fancier, younger looking. And she looked like she just came out of a farm, older age. She looked like she had no money. You know how money works in this world, right? You don't have it, you don't have it. Look how beautiful. I love coming here from time to time to talk, because there's nobody around here right now. It's a little park. But in the summer, it gets packed, and a lot of people come swimming. They bring the canoes, they fish, they do a little picnic, and then you hear the boricuas with the you think you're in New York, Sunset Park. Okay. So finally she says yes, in this town, this place. So I said, okay, let's go take her there. It's in a taxi. So I'm taking her to the taxi, and she's hesitant, and she's telling me with the hands, you know, I don't have any money. Ich haben Sie Geld. And I'm okay. But I take care of it. I have some, ich haben Sie some Deutschmark. Now it's not Deutschmark. Now it's Euro. Euros, but euros. So I went over to the taxi, and we're gonna go in. He says, "Oh, okay, what do you need, GI?" They call you GI because you're white American. You got no hair. You're young. You got that movement, so you know it's obvious you're a soldier. So I said, I need to go to this. Oh, yeah, no problem. He sees the lady coming, and he starts screaming at her in German. No, you're not coming in. No, you're not coming in. I said, well, hey, excuse me. And she's backing up. I said, what is the problem? No, she got no money. I said, I told you I'm going to fucking pay. Nah, she's not going to pay. I'm going to fucking pay. And okay, America. I'm sorry, G. I'm sorry. Okay, no problem. Over there, I think it's like, I'm not sure if it's like this in America, but over there, if he's available and you're willing to pay, he has to take you by law. He cannot refuse you because you look broke or something. You have money and he's available, he has to take you. Then, I don't know now. So we get in the taxi. She went with us. We went to this address. In this address, we see a church. Let me show you something. In this address, we see a church. Let me try to get to that other side. There's a church. And I get out of the taxi. I say, let me wait right here. He keeps the meter running. I said, keep the meter running. And see the church. And I get out of the taxi. She stays in the taxi with my wife. And I go to the church. And it's closed. It's a pretty new church. Not old, new. But then I said, it's closed. And then I decided to go around the back. And behind it, there was a bigger church. But this church was old. This was one of those very antique churches. Over in Germany, almost every building, every house is over 100 years old. Because, I don't know now, but then the law was that whenever you built a house, it had to be made to last 100 years. So when you design it, it had to be designed to last 100 years at least. It's not something you're going to put up, or like in America, you put it up and 2 years later you want to break it down, or it breaks down because it has leaks or something. No, it had to be made to last a long run. But this one is very old. This was an antique church. So I go around the church, and I see this big door in the back. In front of this church, behind this church is behind the other church. But behind this church is just a cornfield. But the corn was only like not even 1 feet. It's beginning. And it was flat land, so you can see everything at a distance. And it smelled like manure because they use fresh manure for fertilizer. So I could see the field and corn, right? So I opened this big door of the church. It was open. I was surprised. But then I see there was actually a mass going on. And I see a lot of people. I said, so this must be it. And right there at the door, sitting to that bench right close to the door, there was a younger lady. She was in I would say her 40s then. And I asked her, is this here? She said, yes. But she tells me the next mass is at 5 o'clock. And it was like 3, something like that. I don't remember. It was like an hour or 2 hours away. She said at 5 o'clock. I said, oh, perfect. She said, yeah, at 5 o'clock, they start another one. I said, okay. I go back. I'm on my way back to the taxi. When she's coming my way, my wife behind her, oh, she got out of the car. My wife is telling me, oh, she just jumped out of the taxi, and she came this way. So I went after her. The taxi guy is still running the meter. I said, no problem. So my wife went back to the taxi. I said, go back to the taxi. Make sure he doesn't leave us. Well, I'll take care of her. So she went over, and then I go to the door with her, and I grab the door to open it so she can go in, and she says no. She just with her hands. I said, but it's here. She says, yes, here. But I said, go inside so you can say and you wait. She says, and then she tells me, next 5. And I'm like, she knows that the next one is 5 o'clock. She like goes in and out, wakes up on me. I'm like, I'm in the twilight zone with this woman, but okay. So she says, I'm going to stay right here. Go ahead and go. I'm going to stay right here. Okay. And I left, come back with my wife. again, because we're still checking on her, and she's still at the door, and she looks at us both and blessed us. God bless you guys. Oh, that felt good. I felt the chills at that moment. I still do. And then she left. And then she stayed there waiting, and there was a bench outside, and she stayed there. But bench like that wooden bench right there. Oh no, right here. And it was right there by the door, and she went and she sat there and waited. It was cold. I went to the taxi, ready to go. Then my wife tells me, check on her again, and I said, okay, but we gotta hurry. We gotta stop this checking back and forth because we're gonna miss the next train. And I went back. She wasn't there. I look at the field. There's nobody there. It's daytime. It's like it's as bright as you see right here. It's daytime, but it wasn't sunny. It was just like right now. You see, but you can see. But this was all flat, so you can see at a long distance. And then I opened the door again. I said, man, I see the same lady I saw earlier. I said, a lady just came in through here. She said, no. I said, did anybody come in here? And I described her. She said, no. She said, after you opened the door, nobody has opened that door again. We stayed with that, and I told her that block ahead, and I said, wow, something's weird about this. We left on the train, and we thought about it. When we got back, I said, this is it believes it's a religious holiday or something. And when we got back we made it to the train, we made it to Berlin, it was great. We got there, we called my mother-in-law. She then was heavy Catholic. And he asked her, was today a religious holiday or something special that was watched? She said, yes. Today's like a commemorative, I call it commemorative, but it was like a holiday. It's one of those holidays you don't hear much. Religious holiday for a saint. And I said, what saint? She said, I think it was San Miguel Arcángel. Saint Michael, Archangel. And I don't know if you know a bit of the history. Saint Michael, Archangel, there was 3 angels that did all the 3 angels that were the soldiers of God. When God said, let's destroy Sodom and Gomorrah, he sent those 3 angels. When he said, let's kill all the kids of the newborns that were killed from Moses in the Egyptian story, it was those 3. So those were the 3 badasses of him, and that was his holiday. Then we realized, and I thought, when I told God, please help us, send somebody to help us, he tested me. You believe that story you want or not, but I believe it. He does listen. Just like he says in the Bible, a lady invited God over to dinner. And he said, I'll be there. And then this guy goes up to the door, homeless guy. She says, no, go away. I'm waiting for somebody. Another guy looked like a salesman. No, I'm waiting for somebody. And I think a third guy came with something else, and she turned him away. And she asked God, I've been waiting for you. And I asked you, and you basically, she said, you rolled me over. And he answers, I've been through your door 3 times today. And since I didn't look the way you wanted, you refused my entry. Believe me, people. He's listening. He's out there. You can call it God. You can call it Allah. You can call it nature. You can call it karma. Look at my fingers. You can call it whatever you want. But there's something out there that's listening. It just gives you what you need to get. You have to get your ways correct before he can give you what he wants to give you. I mean, you can't ask for help if you're not exactly doing what you need to do to make it better for yourself. Does it make sense what I'm saying? You got to be ready to receive it. But he is listening. And I'll leave you with that. And remember, like, share, join the group. That's not what they say in YouTube. It's like, share, subscribe. And you can hear some more. I have a lot more stories to share through my life. This is my life. This is going to be my journals to share with you. Just take whatever you can. And that story like that, there's a lot of people that would like to hear it, because it's true. And it could help them. I've shared it with a few people as I pick up my patients, people that I don't know, and I shared it when I feel the right moment it is. And some of them get the chills and they say, I definitely feel like I needed to meet you. And I don't see them again. But if my job was to share that word, hey, I did it. Share my experience, yeah. Give you a little bit of faith, yeah. Yeah, I'm not the most religious guy in the world, but we're all in this together. Remember, subscribe, like, and share. Remember, Ray loves you.